Unless... Yo, what up folks, ctfsoc here, and pretty spicy one today. One of the coolest things to come out of DreamHack Dallas, which was this past weekend, I'm currently recording this on the Sunday, so I don't know the final results of the tournament yet, is this Archfiend Alteration deck in the hands of ctfsoc. I'll put a link to their list in the description, but I've adapted a little bit to go and play on Arena and Explorer. You know, it's Splinter Twitter-esque in some ways, but hey, it's a little clunkier, I'll be honest. The combo here is that you have Archfiend of the Dross, 2 black for a 6/6 for flying, comes in with 4 oil counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, you remove an oil counter from it, then if there's no oil counters on it, you lose the game. Whenever a creature or opponent control dies, its control loses 2 life. Okay, fair enough, big threat. But then we're combining that with a Metamorphic Alteration. A 2-mana enchant creature. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature, enchant a creature as a copy of the chosen creature. And so the combo here is that you play an Archfiend of the Dross, yours has oil counters on it, and then you Metamorphic Alteration your opponent's creature, and give them one without oil counters. Pass the turn, goes to your opponent's upkeep, they lose the game. That's the combo. Now, around that, we have a pretty nice Grixis midrange shell. You've got ways to dig for it. One of the things that we're missing from this deck is dig through time, so unfortunately, hey, we've had to replace with some other cantrips to play on Arena. Maybe we'll get that eventually. Wizards, please. But, hey. I will say that those are the only real replacement cards in here. The rest of these are pretty much all on Arena. And so, we'll consider 3 opt. Okay, so you swap some of these extra 1-mana cantrips in to replace the dig through times. We have Spell Pierce for some cheap interaction, and then kind of the, hey, the best black cards of the format with Fatal Push for early removal, and Thoughts into Disruption. You can take your opponent's answers, and make sure they don't have a way to kill their own creature, which is another thing that can happen. Obviously, you're not going to be able to use this combo in every game. There are some decks where it's going to be really, really awkward, and in those games, you're going to have to play a normal Grixis mid-range game plan. And so we have some other threats as well. At 2 mana, we've got a selection of 2-mana interaction spells, 1 copy of Make Disappear, 1 copy of Go for the Throat, and 1 copy of Drown in the Lock, which is quite versatile. The 3 copies of Metamorphic Alteration. Again, there are matchups where it's not great, and you could definitely dig through it between the cantrips here, and also we're playing Fable. So 3 copies, just 3. And then at 3 we have 2 copies of Corpse Appraiser, the super solid Grixis card. One of the reasons we're kind of splashing red for the best red cards of the format in Bone Crusher Giant and Fable the Mirror Breaker, and then Corpse Appraiser kind of comes along as well. Really, really solid. 3 copies of Bone Crusher Giant provides you with some extra early removal versus aggro decks, but also, hey, it's a threat as well. And then obviously Fable is incredible, as always. It's a threat, it digs you towards your combo, and yeah, it's basically they have to deal with both halves as you get too far ahead. Archfiend of the Dross obviously is a combo piece, but also doubles as a big flyer that can beat our opponents down in the air and in the game pretty quickly. Being a 6/6, actually being able to attack through things like Cavalier, Thorns is really nice, and so hey, that too. We are playing 25 lands. We have 40 passages to kind of power up our Fatal Pushes, but also kind of, you know, obviously it does find all the colours. We have a Blood Crypt, 3 Blackleaf Cliffs, 4 Steam Vents, 2 Darkslick Shores, 4 copies of Clearwater Pathway, a Mountain, 2 Swamps, 2 Hive of the Hive Tyrants, there's manlands there, having a little bit of extra graveyard interaction doesn't hurt either, and then 2 basic islands again. You've got 5 basics to fetch and 4 copies of Fabled Passage, and hey, pretty nice, pretty nice. The sideboard, 2 copies of Rain and Viewment, versus Mono White, versus Angels, very, very solid. Disdainful Stroke versus Green. Green is the matchup, and this kind of deck really, really excels. Because if you're playing against Green, they have no real way to not play into this. There are a bunch of decks in the format which just have to play creatures, and so that's why this combo is so good. There are a few where they don't. Hey. And hey, actually, in Explorer you don't have to worry about Lotus Field, which is another bonus. Again, mid-range game plan, there are decks that don't have creatures. We've got these 3 copies of Reckoner Bankbuster with a couple of other cards that we can bring in there as well. Just very, very solid. Obviously just got banned in the standard. 2 copies of Pithing Needle, problematic permanents, that's 8 abilities. And a Gate, bit of a catch-all. We have a Liliana and an Ashiok. Some Planeswalkers we can board into. Liliana obviously really, really good versus things like Auras, but also does a good job of attacking your opponent's hand and control matchups and that kind of thing too. Path of Peril versus Aggro, kind of versatile. 1 black destroy all creatures of mana value 2 or less. No real way to activate the other effect here with Cleave, but hey. Vampire's Vengeance is a pretty sweet one. 2 damage to each non-vampire creature. Okay, solid. But creating a blood token, just giving you an extra way to alright, cool, we're going to wipe our opponent's board, and then also have a way to kind of get an extra loot in towards combo pieces and stuff. To end as well, we've kind of got a Splitter Sweepers here, which is kind of sweet. Extinction Event at 4. Odd or even, excellent creature with mana value of the chosen quality. Now, The nice thing here with Extinction Event is that you can board it in other matchups that aren't just aggro, like in mid-range matchups, and you can kind of control the way the game goes. We actually have a bunch of 3s, which means that you actually, if you don't have an Arcfiend in play, you can name even pretty easily and just like take a Shield Red and a Death Harvester, or a couple of creatures, which is pretty nice. And then, yeah, that Ash shot kind of rounding things out as another Planeswalker threat. Alright, let's hop into some ranked games, see how we do on Explorer Ladder with it, but this is a very, very sweet deck, very exciting. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate it. Trying to hit 1k by the end of the year. Right, let's take this for a spin. First ranked game here. It's best of 3. I'm a little under the weather, so sorry if my voice is a bit messed up. So, we have Archfiend here, we have a Fable, we have Fatal Push Further Interaction. You know, pretty happy with this. At a point where I feel happy saving this Fable Passage as well. Ooh. Blood Crypt and they're playing a Gigantha, so like, at least from at this point it looks like they're playing Sacrifice. I'm just gonna plan on considering here. We don't really have a turn 2 play, so this Fatal Push will still be able to do work there, and then we'll drop Fable on turn 3. Yeah, there's a familiar. Ouchies. We don't have another than playing this out, so hey. So, obviously, Sacrifice could be pretty awkward, as, you know, they can sacrifice their permanents. We'll see. So far, no Oven, which is fine. I feel pretty good about that. I'm gonna make this one. Yeah. Let's do a Corpse Appraiser, which can exile the Cauldron Familiar. This should have been a mountain for sure. I'm just gonna let this settle. They've got a creature in play. Okay. This makes me feel a bit less bad about it. Push the token. Yeah, I should definitely just hold up Bone Crusher. We will still just do this though. We're traveling towards the other half of our combo. So, in terms of interaction, the main thing you've got to worry about is Fatal Push, and then also there's a slight chance of Arcane getting stolen. It can't be Claim the Firstborn, but they've started playing the new 3-mana one, which makes like a treasure as well. Okay, I'm going to drop some cards in the graveyard. There is a Claim the Firstborn. But to be fair, it's much less of the one that can steal this. You can maybe just slam it, but if they have a good way to sacrifice a creature, trigger Fatal Push, even if it's just like Deadly Dispute. Deadly Dispute? Is that what it is? I think so. Sometimes I'm really bad with card names, sometimes I'm okay. In terms of what we loot away here, so you don't need both of these lands. Then maybe the Corpse Appraiser hits the bin, but Exile on this Cauldron Familiar would be fine. I think. They still have one, so it's actually not a big deal. Obviously getting to look for a few cards is nice. They are tanking it up over there. Okay, there's a Mayhem Devil. Well... I'm gonna bin the Fable Passage at this. I think we bin Fable Passage. We might actually want another red source. Yeah, we have a couple of black sources. We've got some options. We can just make Appraiser. We can make the Arcfiend. It's to shock ourselves if we want to appraise it and then also consider. So I think they have a good answer for the Arcfiend. I feel like no. Obviously if we go attack here, I'm gonna run this out. We're gonna punch the opponent a bit if they decide to go for sacrifice stuff. It does have the whenever a creature opponent controls dies, control loses 2 life ability. Which is another nice thing about Arcfiend. Do not want this to flip. Still pains me how Reflection actually doesn't exile it, just because there's an actual copy that does sacrifice though. There are a few different ways this could go. Three unknown cards. And we have the giant to deal with the reflection. Yeah. So we draw. I probably lead with consider. Okay, they're gonna claim here. That in itself is fine. Oh, unless they're the sacrifice of creatures. Destroy a creature? I don't think how many things they need to sacrifice. They need to sacrifice. They're gonna get treasure off this as well. And if they have fail push, they can just get rid of it. You do know that. Oh, they're gonna claim the first point to get the reflection haste? That's kinda sick. They get a copy of the Mayhem Devil. Okay. They're in business. So 1, 2, 3, 4 triggers. I think we can block here. No, because these triggers in even numbers, right? They have one card left in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we need to find one more? This is me taking the 1 damage of the cauldron from the next man. I'm just not gonna block. If I block any of these, I'm dead. Well, this dies. I'd like to keep it alive. It's also gonna pressure our opponent. Like, it's their opponent. If they don't deal with it now, it's gonna deal a bunch of damage to their opponent. They've also not actually got rid of this yet. If we get a 9, 9's not much more than 6 actually. Maybe this is bad. 1, 2. Unknown card. This unknown card. We have enough mana to go use Bone Crusher Giant, consider, and then also play the enchantment. Okay, playing a Bone Crusher Giant. Oh, we can sacrifice that to do. See, that is enough damage to kill the Arcane actually. You sack the treasure for a mana to sack the blood. Oh, they don't have a card though. They can't actually activate the blood token. Right. Okay, they're gonna deal damage to the token. That's good for us. And then they're gonna do damage to the token. Take some more damage. Okay. Good, we haven't crashed. Appraise lets us see how many cards deep. Top 3. A little limited by the cards we have access to here. Delete the familiar. That's not it, but it is interaction. I just need to kill the reflection though. We got a 7. Yeah, I don't want to attack. They don't have a manland, but some damage here. Assumingly, they just sacrifice the harvester to deal 2 damage to this. Sorry to kill this, because otherwise we get to copy the Arcfiend, and that's like a lot. Like 12 plus 4. 16. They don't know, but we have another kill spell. Per se. The thing is, that was a really nice window if we obviously hit it. Because they didn't have a way to out whatever we counted. Alright. I mean, hey. 13. Are they going face? That's not good. They draw an oven? What does oven do? Not nothing, for sure. Sorry, just muting myself to cough. Oh. Well. They draw two. They have 2 treasures. 1, 2, or effectively 2 life. They only have 2 mana. Sorry. I don't know why I said that. Obviously they have 4 mana because of the 2 treasures. See what they hit. Okay, they have a payload push for the Arcfiend, which is, you know, not ideal. We have an answer for the Mayhem Devil, but I'm interested whether or not they sack these treasures. They probably just sack them for damage. One Corpus Praiser, don't fail me now. Weird card thematically. Alright. I'm gonna sack both treasures, edge again for I get to point that damage at me. In a 2. There's a lot of bad things that can happen here. Okay, Coast LLC is not bad. We get to eat the other card. 1, 2, 3. You just do that kill. I don't think there's like a better line. See what we hit here. Get the other Cauldron Familiar gone just in case. Yes, we have it. Gonna kill this. In terms of hasty stuff, I don't think they have anything without a mana land. Or coming to the red zone. Well, they've not seen the combo, so that's cool. Well, that is a Witch's Oven. Good thing we did do this. That's interesting. Let's don't need a second copy. There are 4 copies of Archfiend. Me just trying to find ways to lose the game. Yeah, actually, because if they'd sacrifice, then... Okay, no, they're not going to. Smart. They got a 5. We got a fatal push you got to consider. We'll run this. We'll draw Fable, for sure. Gonna shoot this now, though. I'm gonna get to go through a couple of cards next turn. Not ideal. This gives them some more life as well. Policies is not up to much, but can get looted away. So to actually play the entire combo in 1 turn, you actually need 6 mana. Bearing in mind. I guess sacking this now is good if you know got Brainfish Giants floating around. We'll Fable up and pass turn back. Do you like it? Do you not like it? They're thinking, so it's a card that's good, but not gonna win them, not gonna do 2 damage. Straight away. Assumedly. You do some other weird stuff with Alteration. You can just like copy reflection. We'll discard both of these. Attack for 5. See if that gets us there. The treasure. Ah. You blocking one of these or two? Blocking one. Yeah, once they have the oven in play, Alteration is not up to much. To be fun. I'm just trying to play both these giants out. Oh golly. So, this is a matchup where we probably end up pulling Orations out, sadly. Because how bad it is versus this card in particular. And it's not the only sacrifice thing, like, again, the Deadly Disputes. It becomes a bit of a nightmare. So, Flip Fable. They get to live for quite a bit. Okay. What are we drawing to? You do have a lot of damage coming back the other way. Oh, actually, we could we can create our own Mayhem Devils. That implies we keep a creature on the board long enough while they have a Mayhem Devil out. But it's not a useless card by any means. It's pretty interesting. Oh. Yeah. Huh. Not out of the woodwork. They might add to Reflection as well, which is... Though they're on 1. What if I turn... Well, I could turn this into a 1/1. I could turn one of these into Reflection without haste. Helpful. Let's cast the up to... Stop talking. Please, no, no, talk to you. I got 2 alterations. Spending 1 to keep creature alive sounds decent. Yeah. I could tap as a response, to be fair. But I'm dead. Well, they're all dead. Ugh. Misery. Need to get through this all somehow. And Tekenzen's actually kind of sick. It's not the purpose it's intended. Well, actually, no, I guess this is the purpose it's intended to be useful. But yeah. And then at 2. Should pass. We'll hold on to one of them. Alright. That'll do it. Okay, that's game 1. So... The creatures around people's not bad. These... Oh, actually, we can just... If we just need all the... Witches of it, I think that just gets us a reasonable spot. I think we do want these though. Like the make disappears bad on the draw, especially. Does let us deal with the Mayhem Devil, but I think there's nothing else here. That's what we're cutting. Obviously, take some really important pieces. Like the Spell Pierce is pretty bad. They're Fables, but I'm mostly off it. We're going to be playing from behind a lot anyway. Phrases were great as expected. We can maybe at least cut one alteration, and then maybe trim a bit of the fat. So yeah, we brought in Extinction Event, Vengeance, Peril. Peril also doesn't kill like the. I feel less good about this, better about it. Maybe a couple of those. The things I'm like short about, like make this appears really close. The appears catches Fable and like a lot of their like disputes, well, a lot of their like one mana draws. They're gonna board out their claim the first ones. Giving Fable haste is sweet, but not what you want to be doing. I think we usually don't want to be caught with too many situational cards lying around. We'll probably keep the make disappear over the Spell Pierce, but I don't want to. Also possible to just board out their other Thought Seizers. That way. This is really tricky. We're on the draw. We have a Corpse Appraiser. The Vampire's Vengeance actually doesn't hit this, but like I think because we can loot one of these away to the Vengeance token, plus our Corpse Appraiser going into it. This also being an instant is nuts. We'll keep this. It's a risk. It's a bit of a risky one. If we draw like if we draw like 2 lands in our first 4 turns, we maybe just. But we have some amount of agency versus that. Okay. How nice Thought Seizers. We're just gonna take the Fable. And try and find a Pithing Needle for these Witches' Ovens. There we go. Alright, well that's helped a lot. All of a sudden left with no cards in hand. Right. I would imagine no Braves, no Colgan's commands. Yeah. There's one thing misnaming your needle in real life, but it's a little different on Arena. It just auto-fills the cards for you. Okay. They have double. Gonna be good. We also have the Corporation isn't actually doing. Huh. But the Vengeance is also just kind of. I want to reserve that a little bit. We'll do this. If nothing else, it'll like it either walls the Mayhem Devil off, or they have to commit a bunch of resources to stopping it. Let's commit some resources into like getting through it. What we really want is time. Right now. This music's kind of sick. Surprising. Are you pointing? Okay, I'm pointing it at me. So maybe they just have like Fatal Push. That's fine. You know, one of the cards is Witch's Oven, and they've got 2 other unknowns. Okay. 14. We have drawn 2 lands over our first 4, however... Is that true? We drew... Thought Seizing Eagle, I can't be complaining. We'll play the Hive, have the Vampire's Vengeance ready, just in case. The blood token here does trigger this, unfortunately. We just need to find out for it. And maybe we don't get there, but we need to try. Yeah, let's kill that. I'm just gonna fire this off. Oh, actually, this is a vampire. do have a blood token though. We do have a blood token. So I'm about to take like 2 damage to do this. I just really want to find a an answer. Yep, go 9. Oh dear. One-time dealer. That's just one of the things. Let's do this now. Okay. Has been messy. That bit's is at 8. How long can this go on? Okay. Right. They do still have kind of the first ones in their deck. That is fair. I'll make a note of that. Okay, I'm gonna change things up slightly. I want to. So the reason why I like Forties is that you get to take the Mayhem Devils, you get to take the Fable. You get to take like the important cards that are left with kind of like scrappy stuff. We can Pithing Needle, the Witch's Oven to kind of shut off cat shenanigans. But less image. This feels really bad. I think I'm like I feel like we should be able to leave it in, but after last game, I'm not about it. On the play, I feel better about these, but I don't know if I actually want to have copies of the Spell Piercer. Maybe just bore the Altercations back in. Maybe this bit also does all the important cards, because it's like we're committing to the board on turn 2. We'll have... I just kind of want to put the Footseasons away again. Yeah, I think this is better than like trimming cantrips or something like that. And like the rest of the cards are pretty great. I don't really want to board out all the occasions. I think I might do if I was like if I was in like the finals of a tournament, I would probably board them out. But just like I said, we're trying to showcase the combo. This is land light, but I'm gonna Sideboard Fast is just gonna find a mountain, and we're gonna be okay. Yep. Ooh. Okay, we'll see what they can take. Maybe it doesn't find a mountain. Yeah. One of the other things is that I don't know how widespread this deck has become yet. So the guy who came up with it, ctfsoc, tweeted about like back in March saying he's got a broken deck, but it doesn't work on MTGO, and that's because this card is bugged on Modo. They took the Corpse Appraiser. This still wants to find a mountain, and then Fire Shoes. The beloved Fire Shoes. If you're looking for Magic deck lists, make sure you follow Robert Taylor on Twitter. Tweeted out yesterday from the DreamHack with a picture of him playing the deck. Didn't know we have this, but yeah. And then the list on Melee, which I'll link in the description. Playing this out while we have an appraiser is, I think, heresy. The thing is, I kind of want to discard the... I feel so stupid, but I kind of want to discard the Extinction Event. Yeah, we're going to go and not do the technically correct thing, because we have the combo in hand. Okay, I did those rights. I thought we were going to see I had very quick flashbacks of Undying Evil and playing against Scam, which is my least favorite deck in mod. It's sweet. It definitely has the mind rot effect of it always feels miserable when you play against it. It does look kind of fun to play. We have to eat that. Oh, okay. I think we actually want the needle because that turns off a lot of their stuff. Am I crazy for not just going like slam taking Fable? Like actually, all three of these are not too bad. I kept the combo. We should be, yeah. We'll play for it a little bit. See how it goes. Oh dear. Springs. There is a witch's oven. And what else we got? Unlucky witness. You're unlucky witness. Second one now. This is the last copy we have of it. I'm gonna lead with the picking needle. Now letting this resolves, then choosing not to just sack this off. I'm naming the right card. I'm not gonna attack here. Okay, nice. We want to get the deadly disputes out of the way. Fatal push. Okay, that's alright. We shall see, we shall see. This is until end of your next turn. So, well, this turn about. Right, so we have Mayhem Devil. They have the treasures, they can blow this up if they want to. But then the Fatal Push is gone. They pass at least the Fatal Passage they get off the Fatal Push they get off of this is gone. Maybe want the land drop though? I don't know. They have a lot of cards still. I'm gonna send this up. This is coming at me now. Push it goes. 1 mana left. That's okay. I don't make an Archfiend. First tapped. Do they have an answer? So again, claim doesn't work. They can maybe sacrifice enough things. It is sacrifice 6 though. I don't mind taking the 3. I'll definitely say no blocks. But they might just have another Fatal Push. Another Fatal Push, it's kind of a tough spot. Give another Fatal Push, okay. But that's with the 2 alterations, not great. So we could turn the Mayhem Devil into an Unlucky Witness. Which doesn't sound great, but actually... Yeah, this time. The witches summons don't work, I have to remember. I think we maybe just make the giant. We have one card left. Did Fatal Passage. If I sacrifice this, I get kill us for free rather than having to sacrifice it for it. They could go like a red zone down on the bugbear. That's kind of a sick play. Well, no. Okay, that implies they have nothing, but I guess I like that. Okay, well, these things do happen. What are we attacking with? So I meant to pull the Mayhem Devil, surely. What's it show the life though? Oh well, we'll be on low life though, and leaving the den just kind of to do its own thing is kind of madness. I think I have to do this, but we take Fuggo to 10. We have a Hive to block with next turn. These are what's scuppering us here, I think. Resource. Animate. Turn that off. The thing is that if we block the man land, we take 3 and then we're dead to the Hive. So if they just attack with, if they just like shoot up the Hive, then we can't block. It's interesting in its own right. They could do another table bush. Unless okay. We get there. Jeez. Alright, that was a super long match with Sacrifice. I'll play one more. Just so there's another matchup in the video. This will probably be the last match. A Johnny Cat. I wonder if they're on Cat Tribal. I'm still mad they left Open the Armory out of Shadows Remastered. It's like it just stops you being able to play like the mono white versions of the Hammer deck. We'll keep this. We have combo obviously, plus not using Fatal Push, which is you could say how we drew it up, but yeah. I wanna actually leave Steam Vents so that we can. We've got what? Okay. This way we have Ops Fatal Push on turn 2. Getting the forties in now is pretty good. So they have one elf. We can take the elf, maybe. Oh, in fact, they've got no second land. Right. That's not a decision. Well, we'll see how this goes. Awkwardly, I kinda need them to do something. I'll do this. Alright, they have a Haven. Next turn they'll be able to make a Kiora, then the turn they'll be able to do that. That's... gonna have to deal with that. You want to find a 4th land, but if we find another Thoughtseize, that'd also be fine. Not interested in this Go for the Throat, even if it deals with the Cavalier. We actually do need them to have a creature around, so them playing that would be fine. Get the black, you could now just... I'll make a Burning Creature Giant so we can pressure a Planeswalker when it comes down. This is an interesting one. Yeah, so I was saying before, green is a matchup where, like, this combo is just free. Super free, they don't have any answers for it. In theory, they can have Beseiju. The Beseiju is like the one thing that has an answer. They have an answer they can play on their upkeep. That actually doesn't work, but because the trigger still goes on the stack. However, Beseiju just as a way, instant speed, a way to answer it. That's the only thing they have in their deck. Obviously, the rest of that just plays at sorcery speed. I'll send this here. We'll see if they make Khan or they make an Archfiend, the Cavalier. They're highly incentivized to make the Cavalier, because this is going to end the game very quickly in the air. We'll be able to kill both their Planeswalkers. Unless this card is a Storm the Festival, which happens. Okay, cool. Unless this card is a Beseiji. Yeah. We're going to show it to them, but there's not going to be a ton they can board into, I think, to help. Okay. Obviously, they're playing a calm board as it is. They do have main deck Ruler, which is a little good to know about.
Let's get moving.
Alright, they have an elf. Gonna push this. Alright, there we have it. That's the combo. So this is where we want the strokes, we want the negate, and we want the needles. The astro's actually kind of interesting here, because you can kind of, well, the thing is the combo is so good, there's like no real need for it. You kind of have to leave the fatal pushes, like you still need to have answers for the elves. The spell pierce, the maintenance appear, pretty solid. Down in the lock I actually don't like so much, the game's just not going that long. Also, you can't really trade profitably with their creatures. Kind of, this is a matchup where you're pretty in on the combo. When I say you can't trade profitably with their creatures, Cavalier gets something back, which is almost always going to be better because you have to mill a card. It's normally getting back to Storm the Festival. And then the 3 mana, like, green. You kill it and then they get a bunch of mana. It's not efficient. I'm more interested in this. The Corpse Appraisers also kind of suck here. Still leaves us the card we want to take out. Maybe a Bunker Giant. I think I'm happy with the rest of this. Yeah. This is a matchup where we really regret not having access to Dig Through Time. In fact, that Dig Through Time, maybe we shouldn't be playing a Fable Passage mana base. I've kind of copied the list across. And it's still going with Fable Push. It's close. Close enough that I was willing to kind of just be like, yeah, we'll roll this up. Okay, so we have Archfiend, we have a Consider Trivival combo, we have Fatal Push for an elf. We don't have a way to cast the Fable, but maybe we'll find one. We are on the draw. Partner's mulliganed. Keep this. Okay, they kept 6. They have a hand. They have a start at least that we can interact with, which sounds good. Would like red source. Really. A haven. We have a haven. Going down. Alright, second Archfiends. I'll cast this now in case we just draw into a Thoughtseize. That feels pretty bad. Did in fact draw into Thoughtseize. Good timing. We'll get the card out of there. Okay, drawing into Illustrator is actually pretty good. Steam Vents. Not a Steam Vent. Well, there's a chance we just get aggroed out here. We are 3 turns from that. Hopefully it doesn't get to the point where it becomes profitable for them to make a little. Drawing nothing else. I'd maybe just run it. Oh, they're thinking about it as well. Oh gosh. Get me out of here. Alright. Arcfiend does block the Luxury Beast, which is great. And they did take themselves off of Hall of Storm Giants mana. Hall of Storm Giants. Storm the Festival mana. Okay. Okay, so the thing about Arcfiend is we do actually need to end the game at some point. It's not how we're going to attack with it. Because otherwise it does kill us. Feels like maybe the answer is going fable here, but actually I think I'm just going to double Arcfiend up, and then any kill spell gives us access to lethal damage next turn. Assuming we dodge a Cavalier. Cavalier lets them get back, like, on Haven. Like, given they don't have access to much mana, the con's not that threatening. Like I was saying before, most big flies to the format actually just don't attack through Cavalier, which is awkward. But Arcfiend being a 6/6 does do that. Alright, and we're going to take this one. Sweet. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is a super sweet deck. Please do subscribe if you've not already. I'd really, really appreciate it. For the channel, all that good stuff. And thanks for watching. Peace out.